gas is expensive here. We're going to bypass that. How much money do I have? 13. If I bring that Chevy back and then redeploy it, we're completely broke. Being an adult is hard. Can be. For sure. It's so funny when you're a kid, you're like, I can't wait till I'm 13 so I can do this. Then you're like, I can't wait till I'm 18 so I can do this. I can't wait till I'm 21 so I can drink. And then you're like, oh my god, I'm 25. I can't wait. I wish I was 18 again. Then when you're 30, you're just like, oh, there's no going back, everybody. Cheers. Is Uber Ride and Uber Eats the same thing? It can be. Yeah. You sure can, Trigger Man. You can sign up for it for sure. So what happens is you get presented jobs and you can pick which one you want. But you make... So they give you a list and you can pick one. Or you can have it on auto and you make a little bit more. Because they just give you anything. So there could be somebody who's been waiting for a ride for like, you know, half of an hour and they're going to the other side of the state. And if you put it on auto, they're going to give you that job. I drove somebody to a different city. It was one of my first fares I ever had. She was a British girl. And she was going from where I lived to another city to go to college. And it was a 34-mile ride. So it was 34 miles up, 34 miles back. And she was the only person who tipped me in all of the Ubers I've ever done, food delivery, everything, and she tipped me $1. That was the only tip I got out of like almost 100 Uber drives. Well, I stopped delivering the food because some of the food deliveries were stupid and I wasn't getting tipped at all. I didn't get tipped for any food deliveries. I did like 21 food deliveries. Didn't get a single tip on any of them. And I was just like, well, guess what? No, not anymore. Well, so Stryker, that's why when people get mad, they're like, if you tip $2, you're a monster. It's like, dude, a lot of people don't tip at all. Tipping $2 would be awesome. You always look bad when your parents don't tip? Why do you look bad? Stryker, it's not. And you'd be surprised, Stryker. I bet there's a lot of people out there that don't tip either. And here's what's sad. Now, I've seen both sides of the coin. I've placed food delivery orders and tipped really, really well. And all of a sudden, my delivery gets canceled. And I only get refunded for the food, not for the tip. So I've seen both ways. Because when you're working for the food thing, you get to see how much you're being paid for the delivery and what the tip is up front. But the thing with the tip is they can always change it after the delivery, up to like an hour afterwards. So you can't always go off of the tip number, but you can go off the other number. Well, Trigger Man, some people won't pull the trigger and do the delivery if there's no tip on it. You don't get reimbursed tip, Stryker, just for the food that you paid for. Yep, you don't get reimbursed tips. Yep, big yikes. Yeah, Vola's It's different over here, man. People don't care. Cynical Stoic, I see it as a convenience fee, dude. Either I can drive all the way out somewhere and get the food, wait for it, bring it back, or I can just order it, play with Sandy, take her out for a walk, use the bathroom, and when I'm done, the food's sitting there waiting for me. Alright, what are we doing here? Repair the truck. Michigan trial. Reach the flags. Alright, let's go reach the flags, guys. How much they paying? $13.50? Yuck. Whatever. Only mission I can do right now. Trigger Man. So, do they offer you where you can... It depends. At $3.99, half of it probably goes to the driver. Half to him? It's not my fault you live out there in Timbuktu. Honestly, Trigger Man, places like that actually have a service that you can pay for monthly. It's similar to like Amazon Prime, where all of your deliveries are free. And if you buy food from those apps often, it's better to do that route. Because if you're paying $3.99 for 3 deliveries, that's $12, or you can pay $10 a month and have unlimited free deliveries. So if you plan on buying out more than like 3 times a month, it's in your best favor to get that app. It's called BFE. Okay. $10 is the PG-13 version of BFE, Miss Hafnium. You should have quieter conversations. Got her. Did I lift my Scout? I did not lift my Scout. You order 15 a month? You should look into getting that then, Trigger Man. It would save you $60. Or at least 50 because you're paying 10 for the service. For the longest time, DoorDash wasn't giving tips to drivers. They were keeping the tips. They all got into a big stink about it. That was a few years ago, I think. DoorDash was like, we pay our drivers X amount of money per delivery. They don't get the tips. I can't afford to OMIM. There isn't a lot of Scout-only missions that's going to make me money. If I put that other Scout out there, I can only recover the big truck. That's all I can do. I don't have any way to save it. OMIM. I can talk now. Hooray! Oh, Jelson, all my money has gone towards buying things to buy things to buy things. It's also gone to recovering the big truck when I get it in a position where this little truck can't save it anymore. But hi. And Hafnium, I appreciate you too. Yeah, Jelson, I'm not playing very well. Thank you. I need 12K to get the Chevy in, back, bought a trailer full of fuel. That's what I need. I need 12K. Right now, I have 13, but I have to recover the big truck. So that's 13 minus 5, leaves me with 8. So now I need $5 more thousand. Oh, it's okay, Super Cat. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. Hafnium probably got sick of not hearing me either. Oh, Super Cat, it's okay. It's only for a few minutes. You knew I was still here. I was still playing video game. I wasn't running off anywhere. We got this, girl. We got this. I'm surprised no one used the text-to-speech to communicate while I was gone. That usually happens. Alright, I gotta go hit these flags. Where are we going? Flag C, flag D. Let's go get D first? Let's go get D first. Might be dangerous. Yeah, so I'm doing what scout missions I can right now to get me money in order to fund recovery. Oh, Super Cat. It's okay. It was people using the dang mute button symbol on your phone. I had no clue. Oh, it was me. Yeah. I have a mute. That way people know why I'm not talking. Otherwise they'll come here and be like, why isn't he saying anything? So I want to at least show that I'm muted. Okay, so if I go in here, I can climb that, right? I think. Let's go. Not there. I gotta come back. They announced they're working with Colossal on a new game. Okay. A lot of people are trying to say this City Skylines 2. Trigger. I don't believe them though. I don't think it is. But we'll see. Here's hoping. Well, we've seen how long it takes from announcement to game finish here in today's environment, so we'll see what happens. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 years before it even comes out. Alright. Spot number D. Reached. Okay, so now we're going to go for spot C. Let's go C. But yeah, that's why they're not bringing out any more DLCs for it. Because there's really nothing else to release for it. Alright, that was actually a really smooth transition. Now we're... Ouch. Gonna run into that. Well, I mean... They could technically run it through the new... a newer iteration of the Unity engine. Remodel some houses and things. If they really wanted to keep it going. They could, you know, fix a lot of the bugs that exist in the game that have been in the game forever that they won't fix. Well, I mean, there's... OMIM, you'd be surprised, dude. For the casual player, there's a ton of complexity in cities. There's a lot of people who stream cities OMIM who haven't ever built an actual functioning city before. They just kind of detail and make things look pretty because they don't know how to build the city in the game. In fact, they play cities without mods as a challenge, and they end up failing and going back to just doing their builds again. Check the map? Why? What's up, Jelson? Do the casuals want to micromanage? Probably not. If they wanted to micromanage, they'd play RimWorld for the same price. Great. Jelson, you're fine, bud. You're fine. I was just confused at first. Okay, let's do this. Saved by the tree? Eh. I think we're fine. Good thing I had that repair kit, huh? We used up all of it, though. I gotta go refill it. Oh my what do you mean with more detail? Like what? You can only do so much, oh my You can either simulate a city growing in traffic, or you can do the micromanagement. You can't do both. There's no engine that can handle it. There's nothing in the world that can handle that. The kind of machine you would need to run it couldn't be a console, that's for sure. You would have to almost make something yourself and just kind of run it locally on your machine. Because you have to think, for like big open world games, where like, quote unquote, the world's always moving, it only moves when you're around it. There are things on timers that, quote unquote, go off, but you can't go see it get done unless you're there to render everything. So if you've got a city builder that's that complex, Europa does the same thing. They say something happened and took place, but they don't actually simulate it. You actually have to like zoom in and be a part of it, and then it loads the instance and loads all the happenings and stuff. Which is why they tell you that if you do the encounters yourself and not do automatic, you might have a better chance of doing well, because the automatic, it just kind of uses an algorithm and computes who does what, where, and how. It'd be really hard to do in a real-time city builder. You'd almost have to, like, have it pause the entire time, like having a build phase and then having, like, an action phase. It would never be, like, real-time as you're building. Does that make sense? And then it wouldn't really feel like a city building sim. It would just feel like another 4X game or something. Was it SimCity that you were the mayor and people would protest outside your office? Yeah. They technically do that in City Skylines. You just don't have a mayor's house. But yeah, 2,000 population, almost SimCity games, you got a mayor's house. And then at 10,000, you got City Hall. And then at 20,000, you got a statue. I'm going to beat Hafnium, you guys. And then I'm going to outdrink her. Ah, got her. Sorry. Always thought it'd be cool if it took time to build roads. Like if you lay down some roads, there's traffic as construction crews build it out. There are games that do that, Dope Nose, but they're not city builders. There are like some survival games where, I mean, I guess they are city builders, but you go to build the road and it starts off as like a dirt road, and then over time it paves itself out and stuff, but it takes like time in the game. And you see like resources and stuff being transported to it and whatnot. But you also got to think, that's a lot of animating and a lot of simulation you have to have. If you did that on a grander scale, this is like small city builders. If you did it on a much grander scale, you're talking like, you know, hexachord processing just to be able to do that and have all everything running. That's why I said most developers are going to make a game that a console can play. And a console is not going to be able to play anything better than like a City Skylines. Wait, what happened? What do you mean get our licks in? No, nobody hit Hafnium. Stop it. Leave her alone. She's great. If anybody touches her, I'm banning you. How you doing, John Bams loves the gain weight? Thanks for following me, then unfollowing me, and then following me again. How are you doing today? How are things? AKA, apparently, Quartz alternate account. That's not a snorkel, it's a stick, okay? You want to see the alert go off. It's not going to if you unfollow. The follow came through yesterday. Mew, only if that's consensual. Hafnium, do you consent? If not, you're gone. Who's Quirt? Some weirdo who, like, wet his pants when he found out I had text-to-speech here.